Hello everybody, today we're going to be looking at upgrading our front door speakers in the Sprinter. These are the, I believe they're 5 1/4. They did have pretty good sound once I changed out the head unit. I was surprised. But what I'm going to do is add a 6.5 inch component system. But you can tell the difference in the magnet and the size of the speaker compared to the stock. There's a big difference, so it should sound a lot better. This Infinity component set had really good reviews. I ended up buying it off of Crutchfield when I bought my head unit. Also, in line you'll have to install what they call a crossover, which sends only the high signals to the tweeter and the lower signals to the woofer. So you have your woofer here. It's going to come with a grill guard. You have your tweeter, and the way we're going to install it, it's going to be flush mount. So you make a hole, you insert this, and you tighten it down with this lock nut on the back side. Very simple to do. Comes with hardware. The only thing you're going to need is your speaker wire and the connections at the very end, your terminal fittings. Okay, I'm not going to go into how we took apart the door panel. It's fairly easy. There's videos out there on YouTube. You remove a couple of caps and some screws. Same thing with the door handle trim. There's some Torx screws in there. One here, one here. This video is more to just show you that there's plenty of room back here by the actual handle where we're going to put our tweeter. And you see down here, this is where the speaker goes. Okay, so we marked our hole. We made sure that it's in the right area. We made sure that it's going to be clear and fall in this area here. I didn't have my hole saw, so I'm using this, and then I'll probably just use a knife to cut the rest. Again, a hole saw would have been better, but I didn't have mine with me. Now for the woofer speaker, what we're going to do is it's not an exact fit. We're going to make sure that our connections here are accessible because there's a lip here, and if you install it with these here, it's just going to make it harder. You'll have to cut it out. So be aware. I'll put my connections down a little lower here where there's not so much of a lip. And you're just going to end up using some of these screws to go right through the plastic, making your own holes. And on the back side, we're going to put these locking tabs. You could try to put the locking tabs in here. You would just have to cut yourself out a lip. As you see here, it's too thick, and these won't go in there. So if you modify this and cut it, you can slip this clip right in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use them on the back side, and I'll show you. And also with this cover, you notice that this will only go one way because of the design here, the shape. So we want to make sure that we align this correctly. So I want mine to be right there. It's going to be somewhere there. And we're just going to place this on top. Okay, there you have it. Nice, clean, professional looking install. Here's those tabs I was talking about, and these are the securing tabs we use for the screws, so it's in there nice and secure. Now this is where I'm going to install the crossover. On the passenger door, you don't have this master window control, so this fit perfectly in there. As you see, the door has a big area to allow for that. You could install this crossover anywhere else too. It can go in here via Velcro. You can have it on this side or underneath your seat. This just happened to be the quick and easy way for me to get this thing in here right now. I ended up changing position of where this was going to go. It was down a little bit lower, and what I didn't realize is somehow this arm retracts into here when you close the door, and I think one of the screws was not allowing the door to close. So just keep that in mind. You could always just Velcro it or glue it to the back side of the actual plastic of the door, because there's plenty of room there. So I found this spot a little bit higher. It's nice and secured and screwed in, and that should work pretty good. Now you'll have to cut off the stock harness that used to go to the old speaker, and you'll have to connect into your new speaker wire that's going to go into your input on your crossover. Now you got to find out via the internet like I did. It told me, I just did a search for Sprinter speaker wire identification, and it came up with the brown and violet was positive and the brown and green was negatives. Same thing with the other door. You want to make sure you get that correct. The sound is definitely a lot better. The install looks very clean and professional, but definitely I'm lacking some deep bass, so stand by. That'll probably be my next project. Thanks again for watching, and subscribe to my channel.